Good afternoon. We're at the South New Zealand camp with Dr. Barry Gane, who is a person who's had over 40 years of youth experience. We'd like to ask him some really tough questions. Barry, we understand that we are losing up to 50% of our youth from our church. Why is this?
There are multiple answers to that question, Paul. You can't just melt it down to one or two statements, but some of the things that come up are hypocrisy on the part of older members. They get quite troubled by that. They find it very difficult when a church says one thing and does another, so that would be one of the issues. There's often a lack of involvement. There may not be any friends for them at church at that stage in their age group. So we could go on and talk about the multiplicity of issues, and I think every church, if they asked the young people after they had left, would find a series of different questions, different answers, different responses to that question.
What can we do, Barry, to reverse that situation?
I think we really need to start looking at why they have left and addressing that. So we really need to look fairly seriously about what is a youth-friendly church. But once they have gone, one of the key issues for us is to make contact, to know who they are, to know their names, to know what they enjoyed about church, if there was anything. Hopefully there was. Most kids have good memories of Pathfinders. In fact, several of the studies that have been done recently tell us that about nearly 40% of young people have good memories of church. So we can build on that, capitalise on that. So bringing them back is possible, but it's going to take love, a commitment to pray for them, and then the commitment to actually go out and make contact. And it's best if it's a young person doing that, but it doesn't matter what age you are, that can still happen.
What does a youth-friendly church look like?
A youth-friendly church is one where young people are involved from cradle roll to 30. We get them involved in all sorts of things. The campus here was telling me that they have a little 5-year-old who regularly sings in the praise and worship time. But we're talking about all aspects of church life. And we've got some really wonderful examples here on the campus of young people getting involved in community service, of young people being involved up the front. I think we'd be amazed at how much young people have got to say. They could take sermons, they can take talks, they can lead out in all sorts of areas. So a youth-friendly church is one where youth are involved.
Thank you. Now we've got quite a few youth here at camp. What can we do for them for the rest of camp?
If we're looking at different age groups, this camp caters for all the different age groups, but there seems to be a bit of a lack for the senior youth young adult level, and that group is finding themselves moving from tent to tent trying to find a home, but I think we could get them involved in, even if there was an opportunity to have a pizza night, some discussion, that could work. So it's just for them. We could get them involved in service activities in the community, and I've seen some of the stuff that's happening. It's really very encouraging. So I'd like to see something, time, place, space given to them. And I'm not sure that they always want to have a speaker, but they do respond to discussion. And some of the speakers here on campus could just come in and sit down, and even if they came in and you put the pastor in the hot seat, ask whatever you want, might work, with the names of every young person that's gone on. And you can take that very widely, take it out through the records of the church, but actually go to the young people who are still coming and ask them about all of their friends who may have been part of this. So we end up having a really solid list of who is missing, and then the first step is to begin praying for them. The prayer thing is absolutely crucial. Then after that we need to alert the church as to what's happening, and many churches don't realise how many young people have gone. Then we need to have some sort of strategy for contacting. Who's going to make contact? How are you going to make contact? And contact with a fellow young person is often as effective or more effective than a pastor going, or an elder, or an older person in the church. But that we need to then be able to bring them back into something that's pretty neutral. They didn't leave. What we've found is they don't leave because they don't believe. They do believe, but they've found that the church isn't meeting a need.
Not relevant.
It's not relevant. And so, as a result, if we can have some sort of neutral type of program, I hate to use the word program, activity, where we can actually invite these and get that mixing with their old friends from church, we've got a better chance of getting them all the way back in.
Thank you, Barry. It's been a real privilege to have you here at our camp. We thank you for the fantastic advice you've given us. We wish you well now as you head off to a nice rest.
Thank you.
God bless you.
I have to say, I don't have all the answers, but I am praying for the people that I've met.